Let's clear the confusion on fruit. Is there really too much sugar? Is organic better? How much should I eat? Should I stop eating bananas? Well, the answer is, it depends. What does your current health look like? Do you have any medical conditions, allergies, intolerances? What are your goals? Are you looking for weight loss, general health, longevity? Are you following a food philosophy like keto or paleo? Let's say that you have no food restrictions and want to lose a little bit of weight while staying generally healthy. Well, then fruit is good. Fruit is a nutrient-dense food that's full of fiber, water, nutrients, antioxidants that may even reduce your risk of obesity, heart disease, cancer, and help you lose weight. This is nature's fast food. It's the sugar in fruit that we're all worried about, but fructose in fruit is a lot different than table sugar. Fructose hits the liver slowly, and it's so much easier to metabolize than table sugar. Fruit also has chewing resistance. This means it takes longer to chew, giving you time to send those satiety signals to your brain to tell you you're full. That being said, fruit is still high in sugar and can raise our insulin levels a lot higher compared to other whole foods. So we can't go crazy here with the fruit, but depending on your goals, generally speaking, 1 to 2 pieces of fruit per day should be beneficial. You get a lot more bang for your buck for low sugar fruit like berries or lemons. Higher sugar fruits such as mangoes and bananas are great to sweeten foods like smoothies and yogurt rather than eating them whole as a snack. A little bit goes a long way. Fresh whole fruit is best eaten seasonally and locally. Nectarines in the summer, apples in the winter, they retain more nutrients, they have more flavor, they're cheaper, they support local farmers, and they lessen the need to buy organic. Seasonal produce has less of a need for human intervention, so less transportation, less pesticides and GMOs. Frozen fruit is frozen at its peak ripeness, which makes it just as nutritious as fresh fruit, if not more. There's no added sugars or preservatives. It's already cut and washed, ready to go, saving us time. It lasts longer and it's generally cheaper. Fresh fruit is often picked before it is ripe to allow ripening during transport. But this doesn't allow the fruit to get the full range of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants on the tree, which makes frozen fruit a winner. Smoothies made with a little bit of frozen fruit are colder and they're creamier. And when you make your own ice cream, all you need is a bag of frozen berries and 1 egg white. I said 1 egg white, not the yolk. And you put it in a high-speed blender for a minute and you got something cold and creamy and it tastes just like gelato. So you know what I'm totally into these days? I love these little frozen fruit bites. Yeah, these are amazing. They've got these little fruit balls of fruit puree with there's no additives or preservatives. No, there's nothing in here except goodness. And what I love about it is they put this little coating on it made out of algae. Yeah, that's code word for seaweed. Just don't tell anyone. Now I can get even more antioxidants with frozen fruit. There is no reason to buy canned fruit these days unless you're stockpiling your basement for World War III or a hurricane. But most canned fruit contains syrup, sugar, and additives that it's just not necessary. So, not to mention the BPA lining, which is a hormone disruptor. So fresh fruit or frozen, way better. Dried fruit is adult candy. So if you're trying to lose weight or control your blood sugar levels, you have to be very mindful of how much you eat. When you remove the water from fruit, you are left with a high dose of sugar that may work well when you're on a hike or in a sports competition or when you travel and you need your fruit to be preserved, dried, convenient, and easy to eat without a mess. But keep in mind, when you remove the water and the chewing resistance of fruit, then you also remove that satiety element, and it's easy to overdose and eat too much dried fruit. If you eat too much dried fruit, more than 2 dates or 3 apricots or a couple of prunes, then you risk weight gain. Look, a quarter of a cup of dried apricots have 17 grams of sugar. A half a cup of whole fresh apricots have only 7 grams of sugar.
Whoa!
I'd rather eat the whole fruit. I use dried fruit to sweeten homemade granola, chia seed pudding, or on top of melted 90% dark chocolate. It's there to add a touch of sweetness and fiber instead of sugar and honey. Freeze-dried fruit are the most sugar-dense of all. All of the water and fiber have been removed, leaving the sugar-dense shell. They're still nutrient and antioxidant rich and still better than eating a Kit Kat, but like dried fruit, it can easily be overeaten, sabotaging your fat loss goals. Be aware of dried fruit and freeze-dried fruit that contain sugar crystals, preservatives, sulfites, and toxins. Read the labels. There should be nothing but 100% fruit, and that's it. Make your own fruit roll-ups. You can skip the sugar, the palm oil, and preservatives that you find in store-bought ones. Which has more sugar, a dried fruit or a freeze-dried fruit? Well, the freeze-dried fruit looks lighter and healthier, but there's more sugar in them compared to fresh, frozen, or dried fruit. Look, a strawberry has 5% sugar. A freeze-dried strawberry has 70% sugar. I still eat freeze-dried fruit, especially when I can't find anything else, like at the airport, and it avoids that temptation of buying a Toblerone or a Kit Kat. But I love it best to sprinkle a tablespoon of freeze-dried raspberries on top of melted 90% dark chocolate, or sprinkled on top of yogurt for a splash of color and sweetness, and a little goes a long way.
Yeah!
It's time to grow up and let go of the fruit juice. This is a ticking time bomb for obesity, heart disease, diabetes, insulin resistance. You know, there's very little difference between the amount of sugar that you find in a 12-ounce can of Coke, which is about 35 grams of sugar, and a 12-ounce glass of orange juice, which is about 30 grams of sugar. So to make a glass of orange juice, it takes about 3 oranges, 3 apples to make a small cup of apple juice. You know, all the fiber has been taken out, so there's nothing left to blunt that insulin spike. And so this sends sugar straight to the bloodstream, straight to the liver to be stored as fat, unless you get moving quickly. So let go of the orange juice and eat the whole orange. So we've cleared the confusion on fruit. Remember, fresh, whole fruit, seasonal, local, and frozen are the best choices. 1 to 2 pieces of fruit per day, preferably in the form of low sugar impact fruit like berries, are perfect. Dried fruit, freeze-dried fruit are okay in limited amounts and preferably used as a sweetener, not as a snack. And the canned fruit, the fruit juices, leave them out of your life. Really, there's no need. Think about it. When you eat a piece of fruit, what are you not eating? Okay, and is it a better choice? Let's keep it simple. So obviously, if you're not feeling good, if you feel pretty bad eating a piece of fruit, then stop. Your body knows better than any doctor, any article, any science study. It's telling you to leave it out. So enjoy your fruit, tag a friend and comment below, and I'll see you in the next video.
It won't go away. I've got that feeling rushing through